All right, what is up? Blacklisted Voice, episode 30. We're here with Jaylond Franklin. He is in uniform right now. You're staff
Hey,
sergeant?
staff sergeant, baby.
Hell
Big
yeah.
staff.
Big staff. Yep. Jay, you've been with us for, when did you start up with Logan?
It might have been November.
Okay,
November of last year. Mm-hmm.
It was like right after Fittest, right? Fittest qualifiers?
Yeah, right. No,
or right
it was
before?
right before fitness qualifiers.
Yeah.
Right before. Yep.
Yeah.
Right before.
And then you first came down to Breaking Boundaries a couple weeks after that, right?
Yeah, a couple weeks after that, I came down and met Amanda and Logan and Cannon and all those guys.
Yeah. We trained pretty hard. That was fun.
Yeah, that one was. I think that was the muscle. That was the muscle up one. Yeah, you didn't like that.
Oh
one
yeah, then I started.
much.
Yeah, last weekend we were at Venture for the first time, and it was like a fuckload of handstand push-ups, and Logan's like, "Damn, you're gonna put handstand push-ups in here for you for the first time down at the new gym?" I was like, "I'll watch myself."
Oh my goodness.
I'll get pretty heated.
That one was terrible, man. I think I fell apart like the last 3 reps of ring muscle ups. I just could not get a ring muscle up.
Yeah.
It was bad.
But now you're like way better at them. So
yeah, man. Logan doesn't. He makes me do the shit I don't like, and he won't let me. I have to like sneak. I got to sneak cleans in, but I never sneak it because I always post it. So it's not like I'm sneaking the cleans, but he'll let me clean. He'll let me clean, but it's never like I gotta earn the clean. He'll throw like a roll or some assault bike on it, and then yeah. That's not how I want to clean. I want to clean. I want to listen to music. I want to sit down for like 2 minutes and then lift.
Well, you hit that 365 the other week, right?
Oh man, that was fun. I've been chasing that for a minute.
Yeah, that video was fucking hype.
Man, I was hype, bro. I knew once I caught that motherfucker, I said, you better not fail the damn front squat. And you better not. I didn't care if I had to run a mile with that thing. I was going to finish that squat.
That's sweet. Yeah, that's sweet. So I obviously, if you haven't picked up, Jaylond's pretty strong. You have a football background though, correct?
Yes, football, high school, college.
Yep. Where'd you play college at?
University of South Alabama.
Okay, and that was D1, right?
D1. It was D1 at the time, just brand new D1.
Oh, okay. Damn, was that tough? Like, was the transfer over from because they were D2 before?
Yeah, I never got to see the D2 side. We were still in what I'm still looking for. I can't think right now. But yeah, we were in a provisional stage where we were still playing some D2 schools and some D1 schools there because we weren't in a conference yet. It was super weird. It was like super weird. We were like D2 independent, but we were D1. So it's just weird, bro. And then once they actually got into the Sun Belt, then we were still under like that bowl restriction. No matter how many games we won, like you couldn't go to a bowl game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like when you first join a conference like that, that's how it is. Like NCAA, they don't play that shit.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, it was an experience. Yeah, the transition from high school to D1 was an eye opener, man.
Just from like what, in what regards?
The speed of the game. I was normally I was normally faster than mostly everybody we played in high school. There was a couple guys that were good, and they were no one's going to college and stuff. But when I got to college, everybody was fast. Everybody was good. Everybody could jump high. It was just different. Yeah, my dad told me it was gonna be like that, but I kind of, as a young high schooler, you kind of feeling yourself. You're like, man, you can't fuck with me, man. What the fuck? They could definitely fuck with me, and some of them were better.
Yeah, that's like a young male thing in general. I remember being like 21, 22, and people were in the CrossFit gym telling me like, oh, just wait till you turn 30, like everything changes. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? I'm just gonna exercise my whole life and nothing
Yes.
change.
Nothing's gonna change. I'm just gonna get stronger and stronger.
Yeah. Sure shit,
I'm
28
still gonna,
year old.
yeah, I'm still gonna be PR. Still gonna be PRing at 35. What
Yep.
you mean?
Yeah. Nope, doesn't work like that.
No.
That's sweet. So okay, so you went to college, you went for 4 years or
No, I only end up staying 2.
okay, and then you joined the army?
Yes, I joined the army.
Okay. Where have you been stationed at?
Fort Stewart. Fort Stewart was my first duty station, and Fort Bragg is my second.
Okay. Where's
Yeah.
Fort Stewart at?
It's Georgia, Savannah.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Yeah, right there in
Right on.
Savannah.
And
I've
you
been
went,
to Africa. I went to Africa for a short time. That was an experience.
what part of Africa?
Burkina Faso.
What
It's like the southern part of Africa. Northern part of
okay.
Africa.
Wait, is that like a actual country?
Yeah, it's an actual country, Burkina Faso. So if you type it in on Apple, like the flag will pop up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder if they send anybody. You think they send anybody to the games?
I don't know. Probably not, man. That spot is like really, really poor.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure somebody just like signed up. They'll probably be like the national champion if they just signed up.
That'd be cool.
That spot's pretty poor.
Yeah. Right on. And you spent some time in Europe too, right?
No, I haven't been to Europe.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought you were in Europe. Right on.
I wish, but no, no time in Europe.
Yeah. So now you're I guess back stateside again. You're starting to transition jobs, right?
Yes, so I changed my job, and now I'm here because I changed my job. My clock restarted here because they were going to send me to Alaska, right? So I got out of Alaska because of the Army Warrior Fitness team.
Yeah.
So they wrote a memo to say, hey, he's been selected for the Army Warrior Fitness team. We're trying to cut orders for him. So then my orders for Alaska got deleted. So now, yeah. But then I was trying to finagle it. So I was like, okay, I got my orders deleted. I know I want to go to Benning. I know there's a requisition in Benning. I can go to Benning like now. So I called my branch.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I want to go to Benning. There's a requisition in Benning. Like I'm a E6. Like you guys need me down there. Like I'll volunteer for it. And she was like, no, you haven't been in this job long enough. And like, so we're gonna restart your clock. So like I'm stuck here for like another 3 years.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So it ended up fucking me. So the only way I'm getting out of it is if like when the Army Warrior Fitness team like puts me on orders. That's the only way I'm getting out of it. So I'm here for like 3 years. Yep.
Yo, this is just my experience, but anybody that tries to like manipulate their contract or like try and make changes on their own, they end up just getting so fucked. Yeah.
Don't do it because they like I was worried about calling branch. I was like, okay, I haven't been to Korea. I like none of the shitty duty stations. And I didn't want to get put on that radar. It'd be like, oh shit, who's this guy? Hey, let's send this guy to Korea. He hasn't been, let's send him. So so I know I took the risk. I was like, you know what? I might get put up on that radar, but this E6 92 Yankee is like people need that. Like I'm pretty sure all I gotta do is ask.
Yeah.
And she was like, nope. It's like I would, but you haven't been a Yankee long enough. So
damn.
Yeah, so like we just restart your clock. And that was okay. It was okay, man. I mean, I like it here. I train how I want to train and stuff like that. So
yeah, it looks like you have a pretty good like community up there for training. Like you got a couple different spots you can like hit up.
Yeah. I mean, but most of the people that I know are in that Raleigh, Charlotte area.
Yeah.
You know, like up that top high. Like if I was up there, it'd be so much better. But those places are like 2 hour, an hour away. So
yeah. I mean that's though.
No, that's not too bad. I mean, the gym I go to now is like 15 minutes down the street from my house. So
Yeah, that's nice.
yeah, that's not too bad at all. Mhm.
So what's going on with the U.S. Army Warrior Fitness team then?
Bro, there's so many questions going on with that. We don't know. I just know that I was selected. I was one of the few selected that they're trying to cut orders for
Yeah.
and things like that. So as far as I'm checking, that's the most that I know. I've talked to a lot of other guys that were selected. They were like that top 5, top 6 guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far they went down on the leaderboard. I know as far as I'm tracking, they went down to like 7 or 8, like the top 8 guys. So you got your reservist guys, and then you
Mm-hmm.
got your active duty. I think out of that top 8, there might have been 4 of us that were active duty. Maybe 4 that were active duty. Yeah. So, and I know they wanted to bring 3 active duty males to the team, and I was top 3. So I mean, that looks good for me. So,
Okay.
but yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that. But it
So
also comes down.
are they like changing over the whole, like whoever's on the team right now is completely changing it over, like they're rolling in all new people? Does that make sense? Or
I'm thinking that I think that they're rolling in new people. I know a lot of those people that are on the team now aren't leaving until this summer.
okay.
Yeah, I know. I talked to Faf he was actually at TFX.
Right.
I talked to Faf at TFX. He's on the team. He was like, yeah, he said it's looking like a this summer thing before anything, like before we know when we're even coming, not getting there in the summer, before we know when those guys are going to actually be going there. So
okay.
yeah, so man, I just kind of like, cause it was like stressing me out, man. Cause I was going to Alaska. I was like, yo,
Right.
I need my orders deleted. Like it was just a lot of stuff, and it was stressing me out. But once I got my orders deleted, I kind of was just like, I was like, whatever. Like you guys holler at me whenever you want to. Like
Yeah.
I take an at-large spot. So like an at-large spot is like you go to a competition, you represent the team, you wear your the Army Warrior Fitness team shirt, and they're kind of like pay for your way down there and stuff. Or
Okay.
if they're like shorter guy on the team, they'll call you like, hey, we want you to short this, like fill in this spot for this guy. We got a team comp.
Oh, okay. But why? So like,
Yeah.
why would somebody? Oh, okay. So like somebody has like an injury or something like that, you would fill in for.
Mm-hmm. Or
Okay.
they have another comp or something like that, because like they wanted the goal for them is to make the CrossFit Games as a team.
Right.
So the past team, I think the past team was really good with Harris, Faf, and Chandler, and
Mhm.
Rachel, Ashley. I can't remember the other 2 chicks that off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
those, like, they were really good. I think as a team they had a shot to make it. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but COVID kind of messed all that stuff up for them.
Right.
Like this was going to be their year.
Yeah. I remember seeing them at a couple competitions, and like they placed pretty high up there.
Yeah, all the time. Like I think even at Waterpalooza, I think they were like they were up there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good team.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like that's kind of changing around now.
Yep, it's changing around. So now they get us there, and we got to learn each other, learn how to work together and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Hopefully before the next Open, that we get out there. So
yeah, for
we'll
sure.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like at least you get some good experience with that, finishing third place.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good. I didn't think I was gonna do that well, honestly.
On the qualifier or at fittest?
At the fittest, I didn't think I was gonna do that well at the fittest. And then on the qualifier, I was like, maybe top 10. Maybe top 10. Like if they throw a max lift in there, yeah, top 10.
Yeah.
and I was like top 5. And then like a bunch of my scores were like really good.
Yeah.
Compared to like the handstand walk one, with like a lot of those little guys didn't beat me, which I was surprised.
Right. Yeah, so this is the qualifier for the U.S. Army Warrior Fitness.
Yeah.
Jaylond also competed on one of our teams down at Fittest. and did really well. They placed third down there. Same team as Amanda. So if you guys listen to last podcast, we broke that down.
Amanda, she's so strong, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She's so strong, bro. I seen her pull in that row at like 135. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The other day, I had her doing some row sprints to get prepped for the open here, just to like prime. I'm like, what's the fastest you pulled on that? She's like, I think like 125. I was like, okay, hold on. I was like, okay, pull a 123 today. And she did it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What was the damper on? What was the damper on?
Probably like a 5 or 6, I would imagine.
Like a 5 or 6.
7. Yeah. I was leaving, bro. She was going to do it. Yeah.
Oh my God, she is so strong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she won the
row. She won the row, didn't she?
Well, no, she actually didn't win that. She won the dumbbell clean and jerk and assault bike one. She won that workout by, I think it was like 5 seconds, and her foot slipped off the pedal of the assault bike twice in her 20 cals. So like that gives you any idea of how powerful she is. Yeah.
That funky movement. What is it? Dumbbell squat, clean, and jerk. Like alternate. Yeah. What was it? It was just crazy.
Alternating dumbbell squat, clean to jerk, and you had to stop at the top of the squat.
Yeah. You couldn't press because I was gonna press all of those.
Oh, it's a 50-pound dumbbell, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna press all of those, and they were like, "Oh, you have to unlock it." And you were like, then you posted that video. I was like, thank God he posted that video because I was probably gonna get a shit ton of no reps.
Oh yeah. Where it's just like the quick unlock and then like the press up.
The press up, yeah.
Yeah, man, that workout was interesting, but
yeah,
whatever.
They loved the rower. I felt like they had us rowing too, and then they had us row for the first beginning, like
for
the TFX.
Oh,
yeah. Qualifier.
Yeah, the Saturday workout. Yeah, the 3K row.
Yeah, the 3K row. Then you had the row for the qualifier for the first half of the qualifier, and then you had the 33-27 shoulder overhead in Cal's row for the second part.
Yeah. Yep. How was so you came into town for that Saturday workout or the deadlift pull up?
Yeah.
What happened on the row?
Man, I don't know what happened, man. I know, I can tell you exactly what happened. I was sitting next to fucking Logan. That's exactly what happened. I was like, okay. I just I don't have to pull as hard, but I can match his stroke rate, right? So I was like, okay, I'm cool. But I look at his screen and he's pulling like 141, 140 something, and then I'm pulling like 142, 143. I said, I need to slow the fuck down.
The only problem was you looked over at his screen like 750 meters in, and by that point, like, game over.
I was like, oh man, I fucked up. I said, well, I might as well hold on now.
Yeah.
Hold on, but I was good, man. I think I PR'd my 2K, and
still had 1K to go.
I said 1K to go, and it was just after that, it was just bad, man. That shit came. It went up to like it kept going up 150, 151. I was like, oh my God. He was like, pull. I was like, I'm trying, I'm pulling.
Yeah.
It was just done, man. I've always hated the row. Like, I'm a biker, assault bike. I even ski, but that fucking row, man. He asked me row. I've gotten way better at it since literally since then, and since the TFX qualifier. Like we kind of like been focusing on me on the rower and the in my snatch, my overhead strength, overhead mobility. Like we've really been focusing on that, and I'm starting, like, I see it like paying off. Like,
for sure.
Crazy. Yeah.
I mean, you can see it in your videos that you're taking us into. Obviously, like I don't get to look at your training results. But yeah, you can definitely see that the shoulders are improving a lot. That was one thing that Logan had to work with Carrie when she first started too, was building her shoulder ability and her shoulder strength, and like her shoulders are freaking solid now. So
yeah, because I would notice when we first started getting into that heavy shoulder endurance, and like just that the volume on your shoulders, like maybe like day 3 of the week, I would be like, my shoulders are just, it wouldn't be like a muscular sore, it'd be just like it's tired of they're just tired of holding shit over your head. And you're like, luckily it's Thursday, but then even when you come back Friday and Saturday, it's still like, it still feels funky. But now I go through the whole week, and like I do thrusters, I do handstand push-ups, tricks, and I feel fine. So that's how I know like it's getting better. So it's working.
Yeah, for sure. They're not
it's working.
Like yeah.
It's not like destroyed at all.
Yeah. That's sweet.
I'm gonna tell him next month that my clean needs work, so we can clean all the time.
That 365.
Yeah. So I don't feel like it's getting there, Logan. I feel like we need to clean. We need to clean more and not touch and go. Not touching go cleans.
Yeah. You're like, I think if I get 400,
400, I'll be good, right? I'll be good.
That's sweet. Yeah. Was that kind of like a change for you when you started up with a coach, was like working on your weaknesses all the time?
That was a huge change, because I was doing Misfit, and no knock on Misfit, like Misfit as far as like Metcon and all that stuff, volume, like Misfit like got me to probably to like where I am now, as far as like being able to do a lot of volume, and like longer workouts like work better for me. But Misfit, it was just like, everybody was doing it. It was a great community. Like I know a lot of people that do Misfit still to this day, and we still talk about things like that. And but yeah, I just kind of felt like that I needed a coach, because I was going to go to this competition in South Carolina.
Yeah.
But I was in school. It was the Crash Crucible.
Yeah.
Was it the Crucible? I was going to go there and do that. That was going to be like my first individual competition. I didn't get a chance to do it, but after talking to one of my buddies that did it, he was like, I needed a coach. So yeah, so then that kind of like, I had already got a coach before we had that conversation, but I kind of knew like if I want to be competitive, being a competitive athlete at this sport, I need kind of somebody to hone in on what I need to work on, because I'm good at burpees, but it does me no good to go out here and do burpees all the time. I'm already good at them, but I still can't do handstand push-ups. So I can go ahead and do a fuck ton of burpees and do minimum handstand push-ups, and it comes up in the open, and I still suck. And you're like, whoa, why the fuck am I not better?
Yeah. So it's like one of those things, like it directs what you need a little bit more. Yeah.
Kind of like, cause you ever just go into like a gym and you see like people just walking around and they don't know, like back when I used to go to global gyms, and you just walk around, they don't know like what they want to do. Like my mom's a huge victim of this. And I went home one time and I just watched her. Like I'm doing my stuff, and I just watched her. It's like she has no earthly idea what she wants to do. Like she'll get on the treadmill for a little bit, then she'll go do this, and then she'll go do that. And like kind of when I got with Logan, he kind of focused that, okay, we're gonna hit this, we're gonna go to this, and we're going to that. It's like that. And then with Misfit, I like pick and choose. I'm like, I don't feel like doing that today, so I'm not gonna do that. Oh yes, burpees and burpees and pull-ups. I love that. I'm gonna do that. Oh, power snatches. Love that. I'm gonna do that. Right. So
yeah. So it kind of like it almost like forced you to work on your weaknesses, because now you're pulling up your program that you're paying for as well.
Yeah.
You're like, I gotta do this.
I'm paying $200, like versus Misfit, which was like $12. Then I'm paying $200. Like, you better do this shit.
Yeah.
My wife had that conversation with me. Said, I know how you are. It's like, you better do this shit. We're paying $1,200 for this.
You're like, all right.
But it's like, it's a little bit more rewarding too, because now I open up my programming, and like some days it's like, it's a bunch of shit I don't want to do.
Mhm.
But then he'll throw the imam at the end. Like he knows I like that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
20-minute, 30-minute imams. He'll throw that on at the end. But like most of the day, it's just a bunch of shit that I really don't want to do.
Mhm.
But then every now and then I get rewarded, like the session or like something. I have a day where it's just a bunch of shit that I like to
Yeah.
do. Yeah,
Right.
so like it's kind of more rewarding. Like you kind of, it's like playing the lottery. It's like, see what I'm gonna get today. Oh fuck! I got handstand push-ups.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like it'll even itself out too, because you'll get like a little bit of like a something, like you're saying, like something at the end. Like you kind of just have to learn the athlete and learn, what they find enjoyable and what they find fun, and then that keeps them like a lot more interested in the design. Like
I mean, but I think with coaching is like you gotta like learning your athlete is like I'm okay with if Logan every day next week doesn't program anything that I like. Like with me being an athlete my whole life, I've done a lot of shit that I don't like or shit that I didn't agree with.
Yeah.
And like I'm kind of used to that, that kind of coach athlete relationship, that aspect of that relationship.
Right.
So yeah, like him programming a bunch of shit that I like, I'd be like, hey man, like I like doing this and I do it every day, but but like I know I'm good at this. Like I want to snatch. Like I want to get better at handstand push-ups.
Right.
Like I don't want to see that come up in an event and I just fucking freak out.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that a lot of former athletes like have to their advantage, is like they've done shit where it's just not fun. Like like you go play a football game and a football play is like what, 10 seconds on average or something like that.
Man, shorter than that.
Yeah. And you play like what, 60 snaps a game or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like what, like 6 minutes of gameplay a week. And
exactly.
Yeah, and you're out there practicing for hours every single day. So like, I think it helps to have that perspective as an athlete, like going into an actual training program for the sport and being like, wow, this fucking shoulder opener shit is boring as fuck. But
yeah,
know that when it comes to game day and now I have strict deficit handstand push-ups in a competition,
I'm good money.
Yeah, I can keep
good
up.
money.
Yeah, I can keep up with the 5'7" dude who's just crushing.
I don't know about that, man, because my boy James tells me all the time. He was like, "Hey, you might be stronger than me, better than a lot of shit, but we do 50 strict handstand push-ups for time. I'll kick your ass."
50 strict handstand push-ups for time every minute. One squat, 315.
And I said, we got to make it fair. We make it fair. You want to do all this? You want to do all these handstand push-ups? We got every minute on a minute. We do a clean at 315. Not fair.
Yeah, James is James the one that you did this last competition with?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys went and won that one. Correct.
Yeah, we won that one. What'd you say?
What was the name of that one again?
The Stacked series, I do believe.
Okay. So is it, did you guys get like an invite to do another competition or something like that?
I think they just named it because that was like the first competition of that series. I think the next one it's going to be sometime this fall. I don't know how Tanner's going to work that. I feel like we should get an invite because we came in fucking first place, right?
It's a weird thing, though. That doesn't always work.
It doesn't always work, yeah.
In 2013, I won the like RX division for Granite Games. And like this is my fault for assuming, but I just assumed that I was going to be like given an invite to the elite division for next year. Yeah. And like I didn't get so yeah, you never know.
The best they'd do for you is when you sign up for the qualifier, they'll post your picture. Be like, confirmed. That's all you get. Hey, no, after you paid your $200, after you paid your money, it's like, hey, we give you a picture because we know who you are.
Yeah, I mean, this was back in 2013 though. Instagram was barely.
Oh yeah, Instagram was barely. So you're not even getting the picture. So
nope. Nothing. So that's sweet. That's sweet. Right on. So what kind of like what I guess attracted you to Blacklisted and like because you've obviously spent around a lot of time around us now, like you've come down for a couple of weekends. Seems like a place you like to hang out. What kind of attracted you to the company and the brand?
So actually my friend James, he tagged
Yeah.
me in the remember I was telling you about the 225, like
Yeah.
5 deadlifts, 1 below the knee hang clean. It was just crazy wild. Then I showed her the overhead.
Wasn't it like 333 or something like that?
It was 333. It was like
1 power
3
clean,
hang,
2 hang cleans, 3 shoulder down. 1, 2, 3 for 10 rounds.
10 rounds for time.
Yeah.
225, like this ridiculously like 225 now I'll be okay with, but then I was like, oh my god, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Logan did that shit in like 6 minutes. It was like something crazy.
He was fucking flying on that one.
It took me. I said, I want to go sub 10, right? No. It's like, no, man, that shit was just terrible. I came out way too fast, and this at that point it was like every minute and 30 seconds. I was pick up the bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that, and then I went on his page and I saw like all his programming and stuff like that. You know how successful he's been as an athlete. And then I saw Blacklisted, and I saw your page, like the company page, and I saw all of that. I was like, well, these guys seem like they're pretty new, so and I like what they're doing. So why not, kind of help? I feel like I know where I want to be in the future. Like I could, if I make it, Blacklisted makes it and stuff like that. I can help. Like I'm not trying to sound like super super egotistic, but it's like I feel like if I get good because of them, then like we kind of both winning. I was like, hey, like I win this competition, I'm wearing my Blacklisted shirt. So and I feel like I could get like a one-on-one relationship, which I have with you and Logan, versus me thinking about doing training, because I was thinking about doing training think tank. Like it was like I was like literally a phone call away from like doing that.
Wow. Okay.
Literally, it came down to that. And I was like, well, training think tank, like I'm not gonna be their main concern. I'm not like I'll probably get some cookie cutter shit sometimes just because I don't know how they run business over there, but they got a bunch of elite top guys on their roster, so I'm pretty sure those guys are going to get the main attention, and those guys train there. Like I'm in North Carolina, so so I feel like with that I could kind of like more hands on, like when Logan and you is like it'd be more hands on, and that's kind of what I need. I know as an athlete what helps me succeed. I kind of need that. So
for sure. Yeah. We're definitely trying to create something a little bit more involved inside of our athletes' progress and like inside of our athletes' like daily lives and like daily, like we give, we're trying to give feedback to all their sessions. We're trying to stay in communication with them and make sure they don't feel like they're ever like put on the back burner, because part of it, but so with that, we're like capping ourselves at a set amount of athletes that we can handle,
Yeah, of course.
And like a program can be successful, but it'll only get you to a certain point. Like having the coach telling you what to expect and what they're expecting out of the program will just allow you to get to that next level,
The next level. Yeah.
And it's just like you can make corrections. Like if you see them doing something different than what you wanted for that session, and let's say you're trying to progress that, now you change it on week 1 instead of them going through this whole 6-week progression where it's just like they're doing it wrong the entire time. And now they don't get anything out of that session. So it's just like nice to be able to do that for athletes, and then it's like less of a waste of time for everybody. Yeah. What was your first experience when you came down to train with Amanda? Because you guys had decided that you guys were doing fittest at that point in time, correct?
Oh yeah, man. Because that was the first time, wasn't it? Was that the first time?
That was the first time. And we were doing the first thing she had was handstand push-ups.
Yeah, the very first thing she had was handstand fucking push-ups, right? I mean, and thank God it wasn't like a crazy number. Because I think we were going like on her number.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so it was a crazy number. Like it might have been tougher for her than it was for me, but still, I don't like strict deficit handstand push-ups. So nobody likes to do that.
There's
Nobody likes to do that.
There's probably like a couple people out there that like to do it.
and then we had the crazy fucking chipper that you made, or with the pistols and the bike roll.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was, I was good halfway. Like when we got to that heavy dumbbell, I was good money. and then we got to those box jumps. I fell apart, bro.
No,
I came out way too hot on that bike, because I remember you saying like, "Hey, you need to get this up on the last bike," because I think it was a bike erg instead of the.
Well, here's the thing: is Amanda was basically lapping you on the bike, so.
Bro, yes. So I was like, bro, you have to speed up. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let her like me this time. I was like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And then there was box jumps after that, and like when you were warming up the workout, you're like, I'm not worried about these. These are my strength.
That's good. Hey, this is good money, man. I'm good.
Game over.
Bro, it was so bad. I felt like a piece of shit. I know she was like, I'm competing with this guy. Bro, I just fell apart, man. It was just like she would jump, I would jump. She would jump, I would jump. And then once we got to the end, he was like, "Okay, you go over to the assault runner. You got to finish out the 400 meters." And she ran over to the assault runner. I kind of like dragged my body across the gym.
That's good.
Yeah, but like doing a workout like that was like the first time I've done a workout like that level with like that heavy dumbbell, like that amount of calories and stuff like that. Like seeing that, and I was like, okay, I know what I have to be. I know, like next time I do something like that, I know I can't be like that again. And I told Logan that, and we kind of been attacking that. So
yeah. So it was kind of like a little bit of like a motivating factor, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It was a huge motivating factor because I knew Amanda was good. Because you kind of know when you meet people, you learn their names, you kind of look up their open scores, right? It's like kind of like a baseline. Amanda's good as shit. So I was like, well, I'm definitely not top 500. So
yeah.
So yeah, I just didn't want to be like, as far as especially with the Blacklisted team we took TFX, I didn't want to be like the weakest link, because I knew James was good, and I knew Haley was good, and I got to train with Amanda. So
right. So what's your experience with that, like being on like a football team versus a CrossFit team? Like the way that I always looked at it in the past is like teams always kind of like pick up their weakest link, right? Like they're always like helping out, what your strengths are might not be my strengths, but what my strengths are might not be your strengths. Is that kind of comparable to like on the football field, or is it a little bit?
Because I mean, like, let's say, because I play DB, I play corner. So if you have a weaker corner, then you can, if you have a good corner, let's say you got a good corner, and you have a weaker corner who's struggling, right? So you can shade a safety, you can shade a linebacker underneath, like you can help that guy out, because this guy on his backside, like he's gonna hold shit down. So, and it's the same thing with any position. Like you can shade help, or you can kind of hide them within the coverage. And even with CrossFit, like it depends on the workout. So like the what was it? Kettlebells with the burpee box jumps and the carries. And it's like I didn't want to keep that pace up that Haley was moving at, but because I know I had to, like you kind of can, like, she can like drag you along and shit like that. So and then with the run, we're both like solid runners. So I told her I just needed like 100 meters, like to fucking catch my breath from the burpees and the carries, and then we'd be good. We good, and we kind of just like took off on that run. It was just insane. It was insane how well we did on that one. I didn't think we were going to do that well on that event.
Yeah, you guys.
But yeah,
I mean, you guys finished in first place on that one. Bumped you way up the
mhm,
leaderboard. So
yeah,
yeah, yeah, that was a fun event. Haley
yeah.
was
It was.
Haley was egging you up with that rope.
Man, hey, Haley is a true competitor. Hey,
Yeah,
she's a true competitor. Hey, but the
yeah,
thing
she
is, I,
was
I've
sweet.
I've competed. I competed and played with guys like that are just like Haley, and
Mhm.
it's no bad blood.
No,
It's just how they are. Like it's like when they turn it on, they turn it on.
yeah,
They turn it
yep.
on, they turn it on. Like I'm the guy that I would literally crack a joke in the middle of some intense shit that we're doing. Yeah, we could be fucking just suffering. I crack a joke. And it's just my coping mechanism was like, oh shit, like this is about to get sucky. So I'm gonna make a joke. I'm gonna try to laugh about something.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, like some people just turn it on and they turn into like different, like
yeah,
a different human. And
yeah,
like I
yeah,
get that.
yeah,
I totally get that.
yeah, yeah. It's like uh it's like that's like one of the aspects that I guess I liked about competing was like I could have that for 15 minutes out on the competition floor, and then I could turn it
Hmm.
off and go back to like being normal. It's
Yeah,
like you can
being a
get
normal cat.
yeah, like you can get that dose of intensity and like get it out of your
Mm-hmm.
system and like that
Mm-hmm.
competitiveness, and then you can go back to being like a normal person. You don't have to be on all
Yeah.
the time, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So
remember I used to put a whole lot of pressure on me as an
mm,
athlete,
mm,
like in my high school, like my earlier high school years, because I wanted to
yeah.
be good. And then I just started like I had a really bad game. I want to say it was my ninth grade or 10th grade year. I had a really bad game. I played quarterback, and
Mm.
I think I might have threw like 3 or 4 interceptions to like
Oh,
two
damn.
touchdowns. Yeah, like to like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
It was just a bad game.
yeah.
And and then, my dad, he was like, because I caught I was fucking balling. I was like, hey, we lost the game because of me. I was like, oh my God, I fucking suck. I don't need to play quarterback. And
Yeah.
he was like, when you not having fun, it's not fun. And then you playing too tight, like you already got enough pressure at that position anyway. And then I just kind of took that like
Yeah.
throughout my whole career, and I stopped being this super. You get those guys before the games, they're just like super intense, super focused. Like you can
Mhm.
be focused and you can be relaxed.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
so I notice I perform better when I'm totally relaxed.
Yeah,
Like when
yeah.
I'm smiling and when I'm laughing, when I'm listening to music, I'm joking, I'm singing, I'm doing whatever. I'm
Mhm.
still focusing on what I have to get done, but I'm relaxed. My body's not round tight. Like let's just
Yeah,
go out here.
yeah.
Like we're going out
Yeah.
here. We're going to work out. Like CrossFit, it's like let's go out here and exercise. That's
Right.
it.
Right.
Let's go out here and exercise. You can do all these movements. Just go out here, stick to your strategy, and
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's a super unique dynamic for teams too, is like understanding how each individual focuses their attention to the task at hand.
Hmm.
Like, you
Yeah.
know, you're kind of like you focus by like joking around, having a good time. And
Hmm.
like I think Haley probably focuses a little bit more on like, hey, these are my execution points. These are kind of, what I have to get done in the
Hmm.
competition. I need to be super focused on those things. So it's like it's cool to see when those kind of like almost opposite ends of the spectrum kind of come together
Come together.
to
Yeah.
create something like create something that's like um just I mean a performance that like you guys had at that competition. It's like it's a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
Especially like never working out. Like me and Amanda was like the
mhm.
only ones that actually got to work out together.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like never working out together. Haley's all the way in Indiana. James is in Texas, and me and Amanda are close, but it's like 6 hour drive.
right,
So
right, right,
so
yeah.
yeah, like not being able to work out together and still going out there and like placing like third in a I know Logan and Grant, all those guys are like good. Carrie
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
that's the first time I met what's her name?
Taylor.
Taylor. The
Yeah,
first time I
yeah.
met Taylor, yeah. Yeah, she impressed me too, because like that first event did not go well for her. And she kind
No,
of just like she kind of shaked back, because I know a lot of
that
guys
was
that would just fall apart after like
mhm,
they
mhm.
fuck up that bad. They would just fall apart.
Yep. That's how you know somebody's like a freaking good competitor is when they
Yeah.
have shit like that happen and they like, you're fucking pissed about it and you're like
Mhm.
upset and disappointed and stuff like that. But she I think your guys' next event was like 2 or 3 in the afternoon or something like that. And
Yeah,
I
it's the
think,
snatch. It's the snatch event.
yeah,
So
yeah, like I think pretty much all you guys left the venue. And when she came back, it was like she was a completely different person. She's like, look, this is fucking serious. Let's fucking go. And I think both her and Carrie hit like 190 or 85 on their snatch.
Crazy.
And then they murdered that second portion of the workout. So it's like, that's how you know somebody's a good competitor, is when they can forget about their mistakes and just move on to the next event, regardless of what that mistake was. So that was pretty.
Because I know as a DB, like you gotta have a short memory. Because they put their best athletes on the field. We're gonna put our best athletes on the field, and 9 times, like sometimes he's gonna get the better of you, and like you can't be thinking about the touchdown or the pass he just caught on you. Like you got to be thinking about the next play. So yeah, that was really impressive. And then I didn't know anything about the Coda team. So but they were obviously good. Obviously Coda's been around for a long time, so I just learned that. So
I'm pretty sure they've sent teams to the games, and if I'm remembering correctly, back in like 2017 or 2018, like one of the last years of regionals, they actually, I could be totally wrong on this gym, but I think that they had like 3 teams inside of the top 5 for a majority of the weekend, and then one of the teams fell out of the top 5, but they still sent like 2 teams to the games. I could be mixing that up. It might have been a Salt Lake City gym, but it was like, I know they've been around for a while, and I think they've made a couple of games appearances. I just don't know if any of those were like the members of the games teams. I would assume so, but yeah,
I know they were really good. They were exceptional. So
yeah, for sure.
I do feel like the programming could have been more CrossFitty. I think it was a lot of specialty movements.
Like, that's one of those things that's tough though, is like, each competition has their own biases, and like whoever, like everyone who writes a CrossFit program has a bias for whatever they like, whether they want to admit it or not. Like everybody has a bias. And like, so each competition has their own bias to that competition. So, you're dealing with whatever equipment limitations they had, whatever biases they had, whatever space limitations they had, whatever dirt floor they were on, So it's like a lot of these things just kind of come into play inside of a competition. It's like, I don't think you should ever like really fault a competition for their programming. It's just like, just kind of, because they're dealing with a lot more shit that you're just like, unaware of.
Unaware of, yeah. I totally get that. And it's still like at the end of the day, we were just talking about before we started. No matter what the fuck Dave's programs, he go out there and program 150 strict handstand push-ups, regular push-ups, and strict pull-ups, and you got to fucking do it. And I'm gonna be fucking doing that shit, dying and looking terrible, but I'm gonna be doing that.
Right. Yeah. It could be like that workout, the hero workout JT. It could be like triple JT or something like that.
And you just well, fuck. Well, I gotta do it. A huge pump session. We pumped up. It takes some nice pictures after.
Make sure you got your bro tank with you.
Hey, you be pumped the fuck up.
Yeah. That's sweet. Yeah. Anything else you kind of want to touch on here,
or? Just to like how welcoming you guys were, and like as far as like the diversity in the sport of CrossFit, like how you guys were with me, it like we don't get that a lot. I can only speak on my experience, so
yeah.
You don't really get that. Like I told you, it's like you got so many black people that do CrossFit, and then you got that top 1%, and then you got the guys that are actually good at it, and then they're like, oh wow, he does CrossFit. He's black. Oh, not only does he do CrossFit, like he's pretty fucking good at CrossFit, and then
right.
It turns into hate. So
yeah.
Like, and I just literally just want to come and like work out. Like that's it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, hopefully that viewpoint starts to change, or that view starts to
Mm-hmm.
change in the future here. And like,
Yeah.
you know, like we're trying to lead by example, I guess. That's
Mm-hmm.
like something that I've learned from the military is just like lead by example and like,
You got to.
yeah, yeah. And sports is like one of the great, unifiers for everything and it just brings so many different walks of life together. And like
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, you start to see that everyone is just a person and like everyone has goals, everyone has, you know, emotions, feelings, thoughts, like,
Mm-hmm.
and you can start to see that a lot of that inside of like a sport, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we don't ever want to like turn anybody away or do anything. Like we want
Yeah.
to be welcoming to everyone. So
Yeah. I just feel like when CrossFit was made, it was kind of for it was like we were talking about these guys have a stranglehold on what they think and what they wanted CrossFit to be.
yeah, yeah,
And now that it's branching out and more
yeah,
people are learning about CrossFit and no different ethnicities are like coming to do CrossFit. Now it's like, okay, we need to hold on tight, like keep this hold on tighter when in all actuality, if you branch out more you want CrossFit to
everything
become
gets,
as big. Yeah,
yeah,
you want it to become as big as football, basketball, and baseball.
right, right,
It's like
right,
relatively CrossFit is like a
no,
newborn compared
yes,
to these
right,
other sports. But these other sports have to learn the same thing. It's like, hey, we can't not play without the black players. These black players are great.
yeah,
Like they had to learn and they had to learn how to be inclusive. And now look at them now. Look at the league now. Look at all the leagues now. So like
yeah,
you have to find a way to make that inclusive. And the only
yeah,
thing about CrossFit is that like you earn your spot too. So
mm-hmm.
it's not like you just sign up for the CrossFit Games. Like you have to earn a spot at the CrossFit
Yeah,
Games.
right, right,
So so that that can be said to like, hey, like it's not like we're trying to keep you guys out. It's like it's not a lot of you guys are qualifying at that level. But
mm-hmm.
why aren't we qualifying? It's because we're not exposed to CrossFit. Like I used to
Yeah,
see CrossFit and I would never not CrossFit. Like at 13, like when I first joined the army, I
yeah,
would see it because they come on. Sometimes it would come on ESPN like during the summer and shit.
right, right.
And I would never not CrossFit, but I was like, man, I'm not doing no crazy shit like that.
Yeah,
like one-legged squats and shit. I was like, man, nah, I'm not doing no shit like that.
yeah, yeah,
But a lot of people look at CrossFit, it's like, man, why would I do that? I just want to come in bench. I want to do deadlift. But
mm-hmm.
the realm of fitness has changed so much. Like when fitness was invented, when those lifts and those movements were invented, they didn't know much about how to move functional, how to be functional. And
Mm-hmm.
now that it's changing each year, you see like these functional movements, these functional bodybuilding stuff like that. That's the way you want to go. Unless you're trying to do bodybuilding and like being in a showroom and stuff like that.
Right.
Like I'm not knocking that, but like going in there and like if you're not trying to do none of that, going in there bench pressing and trying to squat incorrectly and like
Right.
doing cables and stuff like that, like bro, that's not gonna do nothing. It's gonna make you stiff. Like you're not gonna be able to wipe your ass when you take a shit. So so like that's functional. Like I don't want to not be able to wipe my ass. This is like
Right.
people think I'm big. I was like, and then they see me in person. It's like, oh, he's not that big. It's like, no, it looks
Yes.
big,
Yeah.
but I have solid mobility. I can do things. I can still do things the way I did things as a young teenager and a young 20-year-old. So like being more functional, I think that's the wave that CrossFit needs to go into. Not CrossFit, but this fitness as a whole and how we
Yeah.
train athletes, like being more functional. Like
Yeah.
train the movements that you're gonna be in during those sports all the time. So
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so you feel like CrossFit opens the door for that, or?
I feel like, if I'm being completely honest, as far as like football and basketball and baseball, I feel like there's certain patterns and certain ways that you should train those kind of athletes. Like
Yeah.
think about it. Playing football, how many times are we hitting full depth on a squat?
Mhm.
At any time.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
We're always in that power position all the time. The
Mhm.
start of our stance. Oh shit.
Oh, your video cut out there.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Just like the start of our stance, like when we're making a tackle,
Mhm.
and when we're doing like we're always in that power position. So you should really focus on power cleans, like maybe some jerks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like box jumps and stuff like box squats. Like you should never have these guys going crazy parallel
Right.
and like
Right.
doing stupid Olympic lifts if you're not going to teach them how to do the lifts right.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's and then that's why I think like CrossFit and Olympic weightlifting, like there's a perfect way to train these sports,
Mhm.
and we have to just keep trying to tweak it and find out what's the perfect way to train each sport.
Yeah.
But I feel like CrossFit adds an aspect to that level of training that I wish I would have had back when I was coming up. Like
Okay.
if I knew how to catch a clean instead of catching it like this. If I knew how to stack my weight properly in order to squat the weight properly, or
Yeah.
to jerk it over, because we did jerks and stuff. We did jerks and shit too in football. So if I knew how
Yeah.
to do shit the right way, like you can prevent injuries and stuff like that, and
Right. Right.
you'll get stronger. So
Right. Right.
I feel like CrossFit and functional fitness kind of opens that door. But a lot of people like we said, like a lot of people don't want to change.
Mhm. Mhm.
A lot of
Yeah.
people don't want to change. A lot of people would rather go in there and bench 500 pounds and think they're fit, think they're in
Right.
shape. Yeah,
Right.
and then
Right.
they go and have a fucking heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're
Yeah, and then they eat whatever the fuck they want to eat. Yeah,
right.
they're not burning any calories. Like so, yeah, that's just dangerous. I didn't want to be that. I was becoming that. I didn't want to be
Okay.
that, and then I kind of got into functional bodybuilding, and then CrossFit kind of just took.
Okay.
CrossFit bit me. The CrossFit bug bit me, and just I got infected, man.
Yeah. It's fun because it's just like it can bring you back to being a athlete again, you know?
Yes, man. It scratches that itch for me, man. Like this being
For
like
sure.
competing, just the competition aspect of it, like practicing, like
Mhm.
these grueling sessions just to go compete for a day and maybe get 30 minutes of total workout time when you're in the
Yeah.
gym, an hour
Yep.
and a half in the morning and an hour in the afternoon. Like
Yep.
you put in like 10 plus hours of training a week, and
Yeah.
then you go on a weekend and then work out for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that gives you something to work towards, and like just the competitive aspect. Like, everybody doesn't have to compete when they do CrossFit, but I know that's what I love about CrossFit is
Yes. Yeah.
being able to compete again.
The
So
sport aspect of it.
yeah, the sport aspect of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. It's I think for a lot of like former college athletes and like just like athletic people in general or competitive people in general, just it allows them an opportunity to do something on their own time that's still a lot of fun, like a CrossFit competition is very unique. Like you're not showing up to run for 20 minutes and then you're done for the rest of the day,
Yeah.
like you're at this event all day long, like for 3 or 4 workouts that are like hard as fuck.
It's crazy hard, man.
Yeah, you're like exhausted on the ground after each one.
One. Yeah.
Not that you wouldn't be after a 5K, but like that's one 20-minute workout in a lot of these other CrossFit competitions.
Yeah.
So it's just like
you might run a 5K. It's
right.
like part A of event 1. You
Right,
run a 5K.
Run a 5K. Yep. And then you're gonna do God knows what for event B.
Yeah. It's bad.
Yeah. So I think it's like, yes, the time that you're actually out on the field is short in a CrossFit competition. Like, yeah, you might be there for 3 days and spend, 45 minutes of total workout time. But the warm-up area, there's the staging area, there's the walkout onto the floor, there's like the fucking nerves that you get on that start mat. Like, oh man, I have no idea how this is gonna go, but we're just
gonna go. It's like you just trying to like remember your strategy. Then it's like then that fucking horn goes off. You're like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking go. And then I know I'm supposed to be breaking these no, I'm supposed to be breaking these toes to bar, but I'm just gonna go 50 unbroken. And, and now you
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's what a competitor like that. You got to be smart too. You just can't go out there and just go fucking nuts.
Right. Yeah. So it's just like it's definitely a unique experience for people that allows them to continue that sport on after their collegiate career. And like the other thing too is like it is a little bit more of a unique community where everyone is kind of like, although I think it's starting to shift a little bit, but like everybody is kind of cheering for everybody type thing was, the mentality of that. But
yeah,
I
we
think
need the shit talk, man. I love it.
I fucking love it.
Like the
Yeah.
shit talk. Oh man, like nobody wants to talk shit. And it's
No.
just
The
it's just like
best.
even this last competition when we were doing the overhead lunges, I knew the guy that was next in the next lane. And we were catching up to him. I was like, "We on your fucking ass, Zach." And then he sped up. But I mean, it's not like hostile. It's not hostile. It's just competitive. Just to let you know, it's like, hey, like you're not gonna walk away with this shit. We right here. So
yeah. When you go out on like, I view myself as a pretty friendly person, but when you go out on a competition floor, fuck every other human being on the face of this fucking planet.
hey, you gotta be like that.
Fucking beat them.
Exactly. And then after that, we're cool.
We're friends.
Cool,
Exactly.
Cool, I just kicked your ass, but yeah, we cool, man.
Yep.
We cool.
The funnest thing, or the closest thing that I think CrossFit has had to that was when Froning was doing the last event in 2014. It was like thick and quick. It was like 3-2-1 rope climbs and overhead squats at 2-5. And on the last rope climb, Frazier was like struggling on it, and or maybe it was just 3. I think it was just 3 rope climbs. And he had set a chalk block on his like foam mat that was about chest high to like chalk up as he went out to go get the 255 bar. And Froning comes down the rope and he grabs the chalk block, chalks his hands up, and just crushes it in his hands. And just like, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. That's sweet.
Hey, I would have been fucking pissed if I was smacked. I was
right?
Like, I see this guy just take my chalk. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. That was fucking sweet. I think that's the closest there's been to like, shit talking.
Hey, that's gamemanship. It's like, hey, that's not illegal.
Sure.
That's game because Rich could have played that off like, man, I was in the middle of a workout. I crush chalk all the time.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like even though he could have been at the top of that rope, but like, I'm gonna grab this chalk and crush this shit so he doesn't have any more chalk.
Right.
So if he was struggling, he's definitely going to struggle now with no fucking chalk.
Yeah. I just straight up come out and say it. They'd be like, fuck yeah, I crushed his chalk.
I crushed his chalk, man.
Why would you
say, man, he was on my ass. It's not cheating. I didn't pull him off the rope.
Right. I didn't like kick his bar or anything like that, you know?
Yeah. Like that's crossing the line, but grabbing a chalk, chalk is for everybody.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it was sweet. That was fun to watch.
I was kind of hoping to see the Ricky and Matt matchup.
Debacle of whatever.
I wanted debacle. It was going like Matt probably would have kicked his ass, but I just wanted to see him just out there just do well in that one event and just talk shit.
It is, man.
I'm coming for you, motherfucker. You see that fucking video? Oh my God. Hey. It's hilarious, man. But some people think this like it's classless. I mean, it's hilarious, bro. To me, it's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's like it's part of being an athlete. It's part of being a sport, like talking shit.
And part of being a competitor, like that's the other thing. Yeah, it's part of being a competitor. It's like you have to think you're the best, and you have to beat everybody. It's a little bit of a different mindset. Like it's not meant to be necessarily polite. Like you can make it polite.
You can make it polite, which CrossFit has done. Like me personally, like if I'm like the last guy doing a workout and you guys come out here and clapping for me, like don't fucking come out here and clap for me, man. like you after you beat me by however many minutes. Let me continue to struggle through this workout and then get time cap or whatever. Like don't come out here and like because I'm not getting any points and I'm not going to the game. So don't come out here.
Don't come out here and cheer me on.
Fucking, no. Just
Yeah.
let me just sit here in this shit. So
Yeah.
I never got that. So like if you don't see me clapping for somebody at the end of a workout, that's why. It's not that I don't like it. It's like I know how I would feel.
Yeah. I guess for me, like maybe the team time caps were a little bit more, closer to when we finished, but like I never felt like I was finishing so far ahead of people that I would go out and cheer them on, like on the competition floor,
Exactly.
Like
exactly. That's degrading. It's like running the 2 mile for the PT test. You finish your 2 mile in 12:30. The next closest guy is 15 minutes. He's going to finish in 15 minutes. Like you rest, you get a drink of water. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go back and go get those guys. It's like
while you sip the water, like, man, this is really good right now.
Come on, you're almost there. These guys are fucking dying.
Yeah.
These guys are dying. I was like, no, man, I'm not gonna do that now.
Yeah,
Just finish. Like they got this far, like finish.
yeah. It's like they know that they need to fucking train harder. Like they get it.
Yeah, they know. Like especially like with us being these competitive athletes, I don't want to knock the training that they've been doing. It's like they know now that they need to train harder for whatever workout that they did poorly in.
Mm-hmm.
But I know how many hours I put in the gym, and I don't want somebody to beat me so bad and then come back and try to help me. Like, don't do that, bro. Like, just let me suck. I'll catch you on the next event.
Right. Yeah. That's sweet. Well, are you getting excited for the Open here?
Yes, I am. It's a lot of pressure, man. A lot of people have been telling me, "Hey, man, I think you're gonna do well this Open."
Fuck that shit.
A lot of people, bro. A lot of people have been telling me that shit, man. And like a bunch of people, like people I didn't even know were fucking watching. And yeah, it's whatever. But this is like for me, this is the first time I've actually been prepared for like a whole like I've been dedicated like the whole season to do this Open. And not saying like I'm gonna make the games or anything. Like we text like, hey, what do you think for the Open? He's like top 1,000. I was like top 1,500. Like I'm realistic in my goals.
Yeah, right.
And if I end up being better than that, then yeah. But I feel like I've put in enough work to be, top 1,500. In the old format, I don't know how that ranking is going to work now. So
yeah, it'll definitely be different now. But I mean, that's the thing is like all that is pressure, external pressure. Like you're prepared. You've done everything that you can do to compete and to do the best that you can do, and all you can hope for on game day is to do your best.
It's to do your best. That's it.
Yeah, there's nothing else that you need to focus on or worry about or do anything with, like you just have to do what you are capable of doing. So you'll be good.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like I'll be fine. Like getting with you guys and Logan, and like I feel like I just like it's only like it's gonna keep going up because my trajectory has been like crazy fast as far as like being 2 years in the sport.
Yeah.
There's no I shouldn't have been at TFX 2 years in the sport. Like there's no way I should have been there, and I shouldn't have won a podium at TFX. Like there's absolutely no fucking way I should have been there.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. Like I've never been like a bad athlete, but I've never thought of myself as like one of the very best. Like I'm good.
This sport just tests a bunch of different modalities though. Like you're good at everything, which can make you good at CrossFit. So so yeah, right on. Well, I think people will be definitely keeping an eye out for all Blacklisted athletes. So definitely be keeping an eye out.
I think we've kind of put a target out there.
Hopefully. Yeah,
because TFX was like, what's that? They were like the first competition, like big competition of 2021, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
So
we took podium spots there, and then you've gone on to podium, and then a couple other athletes that were competing in the I think it was the amateur division went on to podium at another event last week. So yeah, we've had some success on this early on in 2021. So hopefully we can keep this trend going here. So
yeah. Did you hear the this is off topic, but when we first were about to start the first event at TFX, and Carrie told them that she was a national champion. Dude almost lost his fucking mind.
Did he really?
Yo, hey, yo.
I didn't hear about this.
He's like, wait, what? You're a national champion? I was like, oh my god. he almost lost his mind. He was like, oh man, we didn't even know. It's like we're gonna say, oh, we got a national champion, and then Haley told him that she had been to a few sanctionals and stuff like that. I was like, man. So there was like a dude. Obviously, I didn't see this guy. So there was like a guy literally standing right in front of me, like taking pictures of Haley like this close to her face. I'm focusing on holding this front rack position and just thinking about these next 20 or 10 shoulder to overheads that I'm not gonna do unbroken. Because I just did 20. I was like, oh my god. I said, there's no way I'm gonna pick up this fucking bar. But she was like, you didn't see that guy? I was like, no, I was focusing on not dropping this fucking bar.
Yeah. Was it Charles, the guy that we hired for photos?
I don't think it was Charles. I don't think it was Charles, because I think Charles was like out on the lane and he came back, but he didn't like walk in between us. At least I don't think. I can't remember, but I think it was somebody else.
I wish there was like, I don't know, this might sound bad, but like photographer etiquette at competitions. Where like
all they see is the perfect shot. It's like, oh,
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like,
and then you like, oh man, that's a dope picture, but you didn't realize that he was standing right in front of your fucking partner trying to do shoulder to overheads.
Where you have to be watching your partner to see what is going on.
Yeah.
Right. It's like all the NFL, photographers aren't fucking running around on the field taking pictures. They're like on the sidelines. NBA is on the sidelines.
But I guarantee you, if you fucking gave those guys the green light to run on the court and take a picture,
that's like a whole new fucking sport.
Oh,
just
bro,
like,
hey, bro, they'll come ready. They'll come ready. The dudes have cleats on, protective wear, basketball shoes, mouth guards. I'm telling you, man.
For sure.
They running down. He's running down the field with his camera. It's like,
yeah. Yep.
You get those guys the green light. They would 100% show their fucking ass every Saturday or Sunday.
Right. Yeah, like I don't know, maybe like I don't know, maybe like after the event, like allow them to get pictures for like 2 minutes or something like that. Like if they really want to get like a photo of you doing a muscle up, just like go and ask the athlete to like do a musle up. The athlete can tell them no, but like like no other.
I'm not gonna tell you no. I love the camera.
Right. Yeah.
I love the camera. I'm not gonna tell you no. You want me to do a muscle up? All
right, let's go. Yeah.
I just did 50. I do like 2 more for you.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's like, I don't know, there's like no other sport that has cameramen out on the field with them,
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
they were literally right next to us while we were doing handstand push-ups. This is, I guess it's cool, but if I would have, like, if he would have been so close that I kicked him and they helped me stay up, they would have gave me a fucking no rep.
Right.
Yeah. So then, like, come on, like, how close is too close? So
right.
But,
yeah.
And maybe a lot of those guys have been taking pictures at these events for a long time. They kind of know like how to stay out of the way. So
it's like one of those things. Like it's there's, if you gain enough experience for it, like you should be good. But at the same time, it's like one of those things. Like when when there's money on the line, like you guys took Logan's team took like, a no rep, and the judge wouldn't tell them like what was going on, and there's money on the line at this point in time. Like, if one little mishap happens with the cameraman, like how much is too much, like one little no rep costs you, 3 spots inside of a minute workout, like too much, and then you get into like arguing back points and scores, and like it would just mitigate a lot of issues if you just
like
spot.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I record. That's why I record during
Yeah.
the events. I
Yeah.
recorded that. They saved our ass one time.
Right.
That's why I record, man. I had one bad experience with a competition. It's like, you know what? I don't care how douchey I look walking out here with this tripod, but I'm going to set up the tripod and
Yeah.
where you can at least see the time, our movements, and maybe a team or two next to us doing their movements. But because like that has like saved us countless times because it's no instant replay. It's no instant replay.
Right.
Like at
Right.
these competitions, no instant
Which,
replay.
like,
But if
that's another thing, like, you know, they could do something. They could honestly take out judges in the sport entirely and then assess a penalty for each no rep. So let's say each rep costs like 3 points or 3 seconds, right? Like, let's say a thruster is 3 seconds. You can put a camera on the lane and then, I guess they wouldn't take judges out entirely, but put a camera on the lane.
Yeah.
The judge will judge you, and then you can just, if you're like, hey, don't count any no reps. I don't want any no reps. I'll leave it up to the camera at the end. And so the judge will count your reps at that point in time. And then you might take 20 no reps because you shortened your squat depth, but you told the judge, hey, I don't want you to fucking tell me. And so now you get a 60-second penalty at the end of the workout, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it would be cool to leave it up, or like nobody assesses you penalties at the end of the workout because you move to movement standard, you know? So
like that deadlift and the box jump standard, that is so, oh man, that is just so crazy.
Yeah.
Like you never you see guys do the deadlift, the shoulders are still over the bar. They kind of like
and you're like
hunched over. But they give you like that little hip thrust. Like they kind of accentuate that they fucking locked out.
Yeah.
And then like guys are just counting that. Boom, 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 boom.
Because they'll push their knees forward. They'll push their knees so their knees aren't locked out, which is a no rep, and their shoulders are still over the bar. But all that the judge is looking for is like that little bit of movement at the top, and boom, you get a rep.
Bro, I remember we did the Granite Games, one of the throwdowns for intermediate. It's like one of my first competitions. And I could tell the judge wasn't counting if I actually did a chest to bar. She was counting if I actually made that jerk, made that jerk movement. So I stopped doing chest to bar and was just doing the movement, and she was counting all the reps. I was like, oh my God. She was counting all the reps. And there was times where I was like putting like butterflies together, and she was like counting no reps because I wasn't touching the bar. But the moment I go out there and do a half-ass thrust, and you think I've done a chest to bar, you count the reps. So
that's one aspect of the sport that's pretty funny, is you got to be able to take what the judge is giving you, you know, whether it's good or bad. Good or bad.
Hey, it's not my job. It's not my job to judge. It's my job to athlete.
Right.
It's my job to athlete.
Sometimes you might suffer the consequences if you're taking too much, you know, after the fact, you know.
Yeah.
But
like, oh, this guy didn't do one single thruster. He'd take all his thrusters away.
Right on, man. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. How do people find you on Instagram or get a hold of you, get in contact with you?
I mean, on Instagram, my handle is Jaylond.Franklin. Easy. I don't have Twitter, and Facebook is just Jaylond Franklin.
Right on.
Simple, baby, simple.
Yeah. So make sure we're releasing this. It's a 12 days, so the 14th. First week of the Open is happening. So you guys might be able to see Jaylond scores on the leaderboard. So if you guys are listening to this on YouTube, please follow us on Instagram. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify or iTunes, make sure you give us a follow on Instagram. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing a little bit more content, kind of some more exercise videos coming out here later. And then we're also going to be doing Second Thought Open announcement releases. So if you guys hit the subscribe and notification button on our YouTube page, you guys will get breakdowns of some things we're seeing for the open workouts here for the next 3 weeks. So
yes, sir.
Yep. Thanks for coming on, man. And
Catch
I'm
it.
sure,
Anytime, boss. Thanks for having me.
for sure, for sure. Looking forward to the season. So thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Deuces.